Alyssa. Stomp. St. John's River, beautiful, life-giving, economic driver, grand, mighty, diverse, rich, complex, valuable, clean, wild, spiritual, recreation, freedom. How is the St. John's River perceived by most? Dirty, polluted, impaired, ugly, useless, no value, contaminated, disregarded, damaged, brown, forgotten. It's true, some of these perceptions actually are reality. Real and perceived negative perceptions not only permeate the mind of the public when they think of the river, they ring true and close to home for the many urban streams and creeks that course through our neighborhoods. These streams and creeks run like veins through Jacksonville and pump back into the heart of the river. In Duval County alone, over 50 streams are listed as impaired due to elevated levels of fecal coliform bacteria and other contaminants. Just look for the signs on Hogan's Creek in Springfield. In other words, these waters are not fit for play, drinking water, or fishing, and many people rely on these creeks for sustenance, as in they go hungry without being able to find fish there. So one might ask, well, why should I care? So what if our waterways are impaired and the St. John's River is forgotten? And I would submit to them that whether you know it or not, your life is being affected adversely by these real and perceived threats. We each have a stake in the health of the river and the waterways that flow into it. We're all in this watershed together. Pollution and its effects cost jobs, hurt businesses, reduce property values, our tax base, impact human and wildlife health, diminishes recreational opportunities, and our quality of life. Studies reveal to us that the quality of our land and water are inextricably connected to the quality and health of our own lives. In other words, our health is dictated by the health of the river and land. The forefathers of Groundwork USA understood this connection. Groundwork started in the UK nearly 3 decades ago as a radical experiment to unite communities, businesses, and government in a joint effort to improve quality of life and promote sustainable development. The Groundwork neighborhood model was adopted by the National Park Service in early 1990s. NPS understood the value of preservation in many of our national parks, but in our urban jungle, didn't the urban creeks and land deserve to be protected too? Indeed, the wilderness was in our backyard. Today, over 20 trusts now exist across the country. For perspective, we have the Sawmill River. A daylighting project was undertaken here by Groundwork Hudson Valley. What's daylighting? Well, it's when we restore rivers that have been covered up by concrete. The river was buried underground for nearly 90 years, which devastated both community and wildlife. Efforts to get people involved in the daylighting of the river started with tours of the underground tunnels and led to $3.1 billion commitment to restore the river, and later a $34 million project to finish the daylighting. And all this was made possible by the community who are engaged at every step of the way. Groundwork Jacksonville is a budding organization that's been up and running with full staff since February of 2015. 2013 and 2014 were filled with hours of writing, research, feasibility studies, and so on. Our first area of focus is going to be the historic communities of Springfield and Eastside. Many organizations function and implement ideas in silos. Groundwork Jacksonville will break down these walls as the convener. We know that success only happens with strong collaboration. In our first 18 months, CEO Don Emmerich, myself, and our dedicated board have been tasked with 6 deliverables. 1, develop a conceptual plan for the connection of the S-Line to the Hogan's Creek Greenway. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had our first community engagement meeting on this. Lots of people showed up, thank you. And a full report is expected in a few weeks. 2, plan and organize, it's coming. A community planning workshop for reuse of brownfields to green space. The picture says it, before brownfield, after park, community land. Recent news of the $400,000 COJ grant for brownfields cleanup and FSCJ's grant for $192,300 for the workforce development program means that Jacksonville is well poised to make some headway. 3 and 4, plan and develop a community reforestation program and a bioswale project demonstration. project. Bioswales are green infrastructure that diverts stormwater from the sewer systems, help pollution. They're pretty, they have a function, we like them. Okay. 5, research and initiate planning for an urban farm, community garden, or a public market. April of Randolph Public Market will be a community hub for specialty items, eateries, local artisans, and will also have healthcare services available. It will be by the people of historic Springfield and Eastside and for the people of historic Springfield and Eastside. And 6, my favorite, expand opportunities for the Green Team Youth Initiative. This initiative focuses on youth leadership and stewardship development. We launched just yesterday with 10 neighborhood kids for the Green Team Summer Leadership Camp, and the summer is sure to be jam-packed and transformational for both me and the kids. Ultimately, Groundwork Jacksonville will clean up Hogan's Creek and Deer Creek. We will restore the creeks and the communities that lie along them back to health. And we know that this will take many, many, many years, but we're up for the challenge. This is only the beginning. Our name is Groundwork Jacksonville for a reason. By cleaning up the creeks, Hogan's and Deer, and many of the others, we're creating a community of stewardship. These ideals not only literally flow into the St. Johns River, but they have the potential to change the very makeup of our culture, spreading downstream, 300 miles and beyond. Imagine where we can go. So this is our call to action. This is your call to action. We know what it takes. It takes thought leaders ready to think outside of the box and fight for what is right in solidarity. We're ready to change places and change lives. Time is now. Are you with us?